baby, yeah!
Hey guys, welcome to Anime Love. Today we're going over chapter 9.2 of the manga verses. This isn't the most recent chapter that is out, but I want to make all of the chapters available to you guys on my channel. So therefore we will be going over it and you'll get my perspective from it. So in today's chapter, we get to see Ario duke it out with New Humanity and the Giants. We also see another enemy arise from out of nowhere. And then, unfortunately, the humans are faced with yet more adversity literally at their doorstep. So it's a pretty exciting chapter with some really cool images. So without further ado, let's get into chapter 9.2. Ario's bright light covers part of the city in a dome of energy. The tornadic power begins to suck in the new humans and the giants. Ario waits the enemies to draw in closer so that he can strike them down. Ario's left eye burns bright, giving him the vision and focus to strike his enemies with extreme precision, and his cape has ignited to give him flight throughout the tornado of power. Ario begins his onslaught against the new humans and the giants flying in a storm of light, dashing through the tornado, slicing the enemies. The enemies try to pinpoint the cause of this tornado of power and realize the human, once groveling at their feet and running for dear life, is the source. They yell to kill him and attempt to reach the human, but Ario uses his control of the tornado to keep himself away from the fatal blows of the giants. The new humans smile and are interested in this old human from another world. His ability to create this raging storm of light and control it is nothing they've ever seen before. Ario continues his attack, but he is now stopped. A group of new human children have jumped in his path, and Ario cannot bring himself to harm children. The children spearhead Ario in the abdomen, causing him to spit blood. Other new humans then attack Ario from the back, closing in on him. Suddenly, a giant's foot breaks through the crowd, attempting to kill as many as they can. Ario is showing damage, but bites down and strikes with a whirlwind of destructive light yet again. Both enemies continue their assault, and Ario tells himself, no matter what his fate is, even if he dies, he will show the enemy that humanity will fight back and won't be abolished so easily. The noise in the city has finally stopped. New humans come to the site of the battle and look upon the results. There are bodies everywhere, from giants to new humans. But where is Ario? The new humans speak to each other and ask, "Did you notice?" And others respond, "I noticed." The new humans state the damage that took place are within acceptable limits, and there is nothing to be concerned with. We then see Ario buried under piles of structure, unaware of his health state. The new humans discuss Ario's abilities, and how surprised they were that he was capable of such power as an old human, but ultimately conclude that although it was slightly impressive, it didn't amount to anything in the end. New Humanity then begins to discuss the giants. They first think, are the giants biological weapons that maybe old humanity created to combat new humanity? But then scratch that idea because of course old humanity isn't capable of such things. The new humans predict that more than likely, the giants are also new creatures that appeared when the world changed. They have already confirmed countless new creatures they have never seen before as well. One new human asks another, are they our enemies? And the other responds by saying, I think you mean our new toys. A new human encourages the others to look at something. In the distance, a shadowy figure of a giant is up and walking, although it is fatally wounded. The giant begins to scratch its own skin, then scratches so hard it begins to rip the skin. Suddenly, organic slimy matter rushes for the walking corpse. The giant has been infected with the parasite. The infected giant is now a hideous and grotesque monster. The parasite must have infected the giant since he was near death and his immune system was at its weakest. The new humans observe this giant and its infection very closely, but instead of feeling fear or concern, the new humans find it interesting and confirm the parasite is indeed a new species as well. Then they smile and state, looks like we found another new toy. Back at the Fort for Humanity, the humans are carrying on like usual, and we see Hollow pulling his weight, literally. Hollow senses something behind him. Hollow sees something in the sky from a distance. It's Ario's support fairy in rough condition. Everyone gathers in the Great Hall to hear the news Ario's support fairy brings. Other than Ario, Pain is the only one who can understand the support fairy, so they talk. Zabi asks Pain, "What is Ario's support fairy saying?" Pain answers and says, "The plan was successful. The giants were approaching this base, were led to New Humanity's area, and were all destroyed. The humans burst out and cheer. They did it! We're saved!" The humans can't believe the absurd plan actually worked. General calmly and quietly celebrates and says, "For now, they are safe." Hollow holds his celebration. He looks at Pain and asks Pain, "What happened to Ario and the others?" Pain begins to name all of the chosen heroes for the mission, except for Ario. Kubo, Shax, Shigeru, Jupito, and Bragnite all fell against the giants, and Rian was killed by New Humanity. The humans from the Cosmic Devil world can't believe it. Jupiter was a formidable soldier, and he was killed by the giants? Simone becomes saddened to hear Bragnite has died. Paka tries to comfort her by saying he knew what he was getting into and was prepared to die. Pain goes on to say that Ario was captured by New Humanity after his final stand. Ario was being held prisoner in a confinement area for old humans. Pain then says that Ario asked his support fairy to deliver a message to his friends. "Do not, under any circumstances, come to save me." Hollow tightens his fist, showing he's very upset. Kayla notices anger. Hollow starts to walk out of the room. Kayla calls out to him to wait. Zabi assures Kayla it's okay to let Hollow walk away, to get some fresh air. Zabi says Hollow may be reckless, but he wouldn't disrespect his friend's wishes. Just let him be alone for now. Hollow finds a bench and a corner to sulk in, and thinks of his friend Ario. Hollow gets angry yet again, but he's interrupted by the voices of young children. The children are talking about how their parents suggested they might have to leave the fort for humanity soon. But as of recently, they were told they don't have to. Hollow watches the group of children from different worlds play together, seemingly happy and unbothered. Hollow then thinks that the happiness and safety of these children is partially what Ario and the other heroes have fought to protect. The soccer ball bounces towards Hollow. The children come to retrieve the ball and apologize to Hollow. Hollow responds by saying, "It's no biggie." The children ask Hollow about his missing arm. Does that hurt? Hollow flashes back to his memory of Demon King Jachi, and again, Hollow begins to sweat profusely from the trauma. Hollow then quickly responds to the children to put their minds at ease. "Something like this doesn't bother me at all. I'm a hero, so I'm strong." The children respond surprised because they imply it looks like it hurts. Hollow then waves his stubbed arm around as an example to the children that he is fine and his missing arm doesn't hurt. But then, Hollow accidentally hit his stub against a wooden crate. Hollow is now in extreme pain, but bites down and squeezes his lips to keep from shouting out in pain. Nonetheless, the face that Hollow makes to hold his pain in scare the children and they run away in fear. Hollow failed to put them at ease. Hollow then sits down looking somewhat relieved and relaxed. He looks at the children gathering and playing again. He then thanks Ario for his sacrifice. Before Hollow can think any more, he sighs and then the fort alarm begins to ring. Hollow jumps to it and is ready to do his part for humanity. As the fort bells continue to ring, we see off in the distance of the fort for humanity, Captain Kiva of the 11th Demon King has arrived at the fort's location. Kiva smiles a sinister smile and says, "I finally found you, Hero Hollow." And at Kiva's rear is a legion of demon forces ready for battle. The fort for humanity dodged one danger, but is met with another. All right, guys, so that is the end of the chapter. I really enjoyed it. I really am proud of Ario, right? He stood his ground this time. He didn't run away from very scary enemies, right? I mean, the giants are these massive beings that crush almost anything. And then the new humans obviously are capable of feats that a normal human more than likely can't do. So I'm really proud of Ario for stepping up and being a man and just, fighting until the end, till he couldn't anymore. A lot of the imagery from that fight was really cool. I really liked how they gave Ario like the fiery, almost like eye patch. Kind of reminded me of Cable from X-Men. And I really thought it was cool how they made his cape kind of ignite like that too, and almost kind of gave him the capability of flying, it seemed. So that was really cool. And then, of course, the fact that the parasite took over the giant once he was close to death, his immune system was depleted. That parasite just came in and completely took over. And I'm really happy with the way that they illustrated it. It looked so gross, but cool at the same time. And I'm not gonna lie, the look kind of reminded me of the Cronenbergs from Rick and Morty. I thought that was pretty funny. But hey, man, that's a new enemy. And this new enemy has taken over this huge, powerful being. So is this gonna make the parasite's abilities a lot more deadly? I don't know. We're gonna see. I was really interested and impressed with how the new humans perceive this parasitic threat, right? I mean, this giant who was essentially causing them a lot of destruction and was a dangerous foe for them just got controlled by this parasite, making it even more deadly. But they were not afraid or concerned. They were just kind of like, this is our new toy. And they started smiling, right? Like, that's very sinister. I do wonder what they were referring to, the new humans, when they were talking to each other after the battle took place and they were looking at, the mayhem, and they said, "Did you notice it?" And then they replied, "Yeah, I noticed it." I wonder what they're referring to, okay? That might be something, some type of foreshadowing or something like that. And then lastly, yeah, man, Kiva's on that ass, bro. He's he really wants Hollow bad, It is crazy, man. They just fixed one problem and now they're faced with another. That's the amazing thing about this manga, is just like there's so much room for one to just kind of bring one conflict after the other, and it makes complete sense, and it's exciting because it's not just one enemy, it's like 13 different enemies. So I'm really excited about what we're going to get in chapter 11, because again, of course, this is chapter 9.2. We've already gone over chapter 10, and we're just waiting on chapter 11 for the end of this month. So as soon as that comes out, guys, I would try my hardest to get that script written, get it recorded, get it edited for you guys, and get it out for your enjoyment, okay? So again, if you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button, please subscribe, and I will see you guys later. Bye.